Hello, all. As you can notice, it snowed quite a bit here today, and I decided not to go to the gym. And usually today is Jiu-Jitsu day, and I didn't go for Jiu-Jitsu either. Uh, I don't know, I should have gone. I kind of convinced myself out of it using the weather as an excuse, and that was bad on my part. I don't know. I really need to get more consistent on my jiu-jitsu classes. There's just like some aches and pains, some like lingering injuries that take place that kind of gets my mind a little weary about jiu-jitsu class. Plus, it's kind of out of like I don't necessarily not enjoy it, but if I had to pick between I guess weight training and all the stuff that I do, like that's more in my routine, and jiu-jitsu seems like it's out of routine, and so I don't know, I'm finding it much harder to maintain consistency with that than with any other thing that I've taken on. But I don't know, with most things it's a work in progress, and as long as I don't give up and have some sort of plan of action as to getting back on being consistent with jiu-jitsu, uh, I'll I have confidence that I'll figure it out, because pretty much most things that I've taken on in life, if I've had like some sort of desire to learn it, I've become consistent eventually. It's kind of like with the steel mace stuff. Like I was really consistent with it over the summer, and then when the weather changes, that doesn't necessarily mean I will give up on it. Like especially today, I'm back on the steel mace, which is what I'm going to work out with most of the workout today. But the point being, um, I will always come back to it. So despite the fact that I'm kind of inconsistent with jiu-jitsu in the short term, I think in the long term I'll figure it out. In any case, that's enough of a rant. Today I'm going to work out with all the stuff that I have at home. Not all of them, but some kettlebell stuff, some steel mace stuff, some steel club stuff. So to start off, I'm kind of doing something pretty simple, which is a two-handed 360, a single 360, and to a side, I guess a ballistic curl or something. Using my 15-pound mace. Going for 8 each side. After 8 each side, doing 10, 10 to 2s, alternating hands. Then with my 25-pound kettlebell, I'm going to do a clean to press to a flip to switch sides. Going for 10 on each side. So yeah, pretty long set, but gets the heart rate going quite a bit. None of the weights are too taxing. So yeah, I'm going to do this for about 4 or 5 sets or till it feels good, and then on to the next thing. I'm not in the mood to get too creative and make complexes and stuff at the moment. So instead, I've opted to use my 30-pound steel mace, which is the heaviest one I have, and then kind of do this thing where, it's hard to operate this with gloves. 1 second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 10 to 2s, then take rest, and then keep doing it for 10 sets, but switch hands, the overhand each time. So I'm going to start with left hand overhand. So that was 10. So now I'm going to wait for about a minute and then get back into it. I'm going to record a couple of sets just to give you an idea of the pace. Yeah. Just trying to rack up volume with the steel mace. Wasn't really in the mood to put together complexes and stuff like that. So that was set 2. Going to wait another 45 seconds to a minute or so. Like, I don't know, I think it's because of how the gloves are. It kind of presses or changes screens, so it's hard to keep track of the time. But in any case, I'm just gonna go by feel for the most part. My goal is 10 sets, and as long as I do it in a reasonable pace, I'm not gonna be too mad about it. When you haven't, or at least for me, when I haven't used the mace for a while and then I go back to doing it, I suddenly realize like all the muscles that are part of the movement. So over the summer and early fall, when I was pretty much working out outdoors 90% of the time, like your body gets used to, or I was doing the steel mace a lot more often, and my body was like much more used to that movement. And so now that I'm going back into it after a while, like I can suddenly like connect with all the muscles that haven't worked in a while, like stuff in the serratus, some of the upper oblique, and things like that. So yeah, just something that I noticed. So yeah, that was set 3 and 4. I'm going to go all the way to 10 and then on to the next thing. So going to finish off with a steel club thing. So going to do I think they're called around the world. So steel cast to my feet slip. Need to find more traction. Alright, that should suffice. Okay. After 5, going to change sides. Then going to do mills. switching sides. Whew. Again, this is, I don't know, it feels like I used to be a lot more capable of enduring this over the summer, but since I haven't been doing this as often, I'm getting more exhausted. Forearms burn big time with the clubs. In any case, going to finish off the workout with that, do like 4 or 5 sets of that. Today's workout isn't that long, and yeah, I guess the intensity is a little lower than the past couple of workouts, but that's kind of how I like to manage things anyway. Is I don't have any set deload days or anything like that, but when I feel like I've gone really intense for a few days, I usually back off in the form of lower volume or a shorter workout or an emphasis on mobility over strength. But yeah, that's it for today's video. Kind of different, but yeah. See you all tomorrow. Can't wait for summer so that I can do all of this stuff more often. Or maybe I should just suck it up and do it more often, even in these limited conditions. But yeah, that's a talk for later. See you all in the next one.